This is Secret Origins number 3, which comes after number 2. And this one is Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson. And he's saying Shazam. That is like his magic word that he says. I hate this cover. This was one of my first comics, actually. I got it off a market stall for 15 pennies in 1998. I hate this cover though. My problem is that this looks like promotional art. Like this should be an advert, a house ad for his series or whatever. And you'd be saying, oh, buy me comic or go to hell or something. I didn't think that it makes a good cover for a comic. And again, it's my pet peeve. We have got a lot of just weird empty space all over and stuff. This is the origin of Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson. And this image here is symbolic because they are actually the same person. When he says shebang, he turns into that. They can't coexist like this, except in dreams or metaphorical pictures. This was one of the very first comics that came out and set Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, in the main DC universe. I think this and Legends, the crossover, they were the first ones after Christmas on Infinite Earths to just decide to have this character set in the main DC universe. Before Christmas on Infinite Earths, he was on Earth 4 or Earth S or something like that. His origin is, this is before John Jeffries ruined it. He was an orphan boy. He was a nice boy though. He wasn't a tearaway or a rebel or a troublemaker. And you'll also notice in this comic, the Marble family are not in it because they are nowhere near as important to Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, as John Jeffries insists that they are. Even Captain Marbles Jr., he isn't in this. Billy is his own character. He should stand as his own character. He shouldn't be dwarfed or overwhelmed by the fucking Brady Bunch undercutting his uniqueness. Look, there is Blue Beetles, his series. And this is one of them series that I want to have, but I can never justify buying. Billy, he finds this hard wizard in a subway tunnel, and the wizard, he is called Shebang, and when Billy says Shebang, well, he turns into Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson. That is him there. If you didn't clock him on the cover or the splash page, well, that is him there. That is what he looks like. So now Billy, he can transform from a little orphan boy into a super-powered, superhuman Superman with superpowers. And that bit there, that is really his origin covered. The rest is just showing him being an orphan and then fighting his first crime. Some gangsters and that. The Italian kind, not the black kind. And it's not played for laughs. It's not like the film or John Jeffries' crappy version. I do think humour is a valid take on Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson. I think there is inherently something comedic about the idea of a child becoming a human. Like, it is the superhero version of that John Hankey film, Biggs. But at the same time, it really shouldn't just be comedy. Like, the John Jeffries version is just cringy. He's not funny. He makes Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, into an embarrassment. He's just annoying. He's a joke. Completely devaluing him and misunderstanding the character. I imagine the film will have serious bits. The superhero elements will be serious. It'll take the superhero aspect fairly seriously. Yeah, there'll be jokes about it, but the villain, Dr. Nirvana, he won't be trying to do some evil plan that is amusing. Like, he won't be wanting to turn everyone into dildos or something. Like, the villain won't be a laughing stock. Oh, speak of the devil, there is Dr. Nirvana now. He is Kurt Cobain's father, and he has been played by James McAvoy in the film. And I'm interested to see how he is done. I liked in Multiversities by Van Morrison, the baddie in that was a team of Dr. Nirvanas from across the multiverse. I do think Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, one of his weaknesses is that his major villains, other than Black Adam, they are not immediately threatening. Like, Dr. Nirvana is just an hard man, and he doesn't appear as a threat at all, and his other major villain is a big worm. But I suppose they are threats on different fronts. They are intellectual threats. I'm interested to see how the film handles that, how it handles Dr. Nirvana, because, as I said, he's not an immediate threat to Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson. And he could probably knock him out with like one punch. I do worry though that the movie might have made a mistake with him as the villain. I hope not, I hope it is done well, but I think a lot of people were really hoping for Black Adam, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, aka The Rock, aka The Wrestler. This is a fine story for what it is, a decent introduction to Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, and I would say this is his definitive origin. The writer of this is Roger Thomas, and he writes a mini-series after this issue that is retelling the origin of Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, and it's not that good. He makes a lot of his own twists and reinterpretations, like Billy gets adopted by Dr. Nirvana, Black Adam is an integral part of it, Billy, he has got an uncle who he loves, whereas this is just his classic origin, except now it is set in the main DC universe. So this to me is his best origin. There's no Marvel family cluttering it up or taking away from Billy. This is just good. But what Captain Marbles, the real one, Billy Batson, what he really needs is to be more inclusive and diverse. We do not need a white male Captain Marbles. We need a female Captain Marbles. No, better, a female woman Captain Marbles. The white part we can stick with. The whiteness is only a problem if it is also a man. We need a Captain Marbles who, well, Billy Batson, he's just an underprivileged orphan boy. And him getting superpowers, that's just wish fulfillment, innit? But we really need someone for everyone to look up to and someone to make a point. None of this fantasy rubbish about some poor homeless boy getting superpowers who wants to read about a white male. We need a Captain Marbles who is a female woman, who is a privileged female woman who has got loads and loads of money and is getting paid millions and millions to be in it. And we need her to reject this disgusting concept of white male people. It's 2019. We're all progressive now. We are accepting of any races and any sexes, but not white men. They are the baddies. Like Hitler, he was a white male, and Ted Bundy, he was a white male. That is proof that white males are terrible. So this comic has got Ted Bundy as the star. And What we really need a pretentious feminist with a messiah complex preaching rhetoric instead of someone like this who shares everything genetically with a serial killer. I am only rating this one 7 thumbs up.